Hey guys, Jordan here, and welcome to Jordan's Book Chat. Today I will be reviewing an actual book, so I hope you guys enjoy this review. I will be reviewing Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I'm kind of rocking the Elsa hair today from Frozen, just because I didn't have much else to do with it. So Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell is about Cather, or as everyone else calls her by request, Kath. She's going away to college with her twin sister Ren, who is kind of pulling away from her. They used to be best friends. They used to obsess over this fandom, Simon Snow, together. But Ren's kind of grown a little, and she doesn't want to be a part of like childish stuff like that anymore, as she would say. And so Kath is kind of alone. She has extreme social anxiety, and she uses this Simon Snow fandom to kind of get away from all that and to escape into her own little bubble. It is a newer book. I know Rainbow Rowell wrote Eleanor and Park, but I haven't read that one yet. I would recommend it highly if you like contemporary novels or romances, or if you were ever obsessed with Harry Potter, because there's a lot about that in this book, sort of, in Rainbow Rowell's way. So that's basically all I can tell you that doesn't have spoilers in it, because it's really hard to give a synopsis or summary of a contemporary novel. I really did enjoy it a lot, and I would recommend it to everyone out there. It's a pretty easy read. It kind of reminds me of a beach read, even though it's in the middle of February right now. But so yeah, go check it out from your library or go buy it. I think it's a book that you can easily reread again on any day that you're bored. So if you haven't read the book yet and you don't want to hear any spoilers, thanks for watching this video, and come back when you read it and let me know what you think about it. And if you have read it, then stay put for 2 seconds and bye non-spoilers! Alright, hey everyone that read the book, because if you haven't read the book and you're like me and you'll still watch this because you want spoilers, then welcome to. Just know this book will probably be ruined for you. Well, probably not. It's still a fun read no matter what. Let's start with my good. What I liked about this book. I would rate this book an 8 out of 10. I gave it, I believe, a 4 stars on Goodreads, which is basically the same thing. What I really loved about this book was the fact that there are no other books like this in which I could relate to so easily. I had the exact same home situation growing up as Kath, which was really just surprising to read about. I lived with my dad and my brother growing up, so I didn't have a twin sister, but my mom left when I was really young as well, and my brother's kind of talking to her again, like Ren eventually does, and continues to talk to her while I just choose not to, like Kath. I mean, exactly like Kath in that way. This book really evoked a lot of emotions in me, and that was so surprising because I didn't expect just a little contemporary novel to do so. I really enjoyed the main character, Kath, even though sometimes she seemed a bit stubborn to me. I have social anxiety as well, but I couldn't relate to the fandom. Simon Snow fandom, she's obsessed, she writes only fan fiction, she refuses to write in her fiction writing class because the teacher tells her it's plagiarism, and she's like, no it's not, and this is all I can write about. And I didn't really understand that, because while I'm a part of a lot of fandoms, I'm not obsessed with one in particular and can't function outside of that fandom. But I understand that was part of her personality traits, so I do understand that. I just couldn't relate to it as much, and I felt it made her a bit stubborn in an annoying way sometimes to read. But I really enjoyed her personality other than that. Levi, who was her love interest, and I guess he was kind of okay. I liked him because he was just so goofy, and like he talked to everyone, and he only had great things to say about everyone and to anyone. And I guess what was unusual is because I don't know anyone like that in real life, and I don't know if I could be friends with someone like that, but it was fun to read about his widow's peak multiple times. So that was funny. I loved the way that Miss Rowell depicted Kath and her dad's relationship. I thought she did such a brilliant job with that, of explaining everything and showing how they're each connected to each other, and how her dad loved her so much that he avoided telling her he wasn't doing well, and she loved him so much that she dropped everything to go see him when he was in the hospital. The scene towards the end when Ren goes in the hospital and she's getting her stomach pumped, or she's just gotten her stomach pumped or surgery because she drank too much alcohol, and that scene in the hallway where Laura, Kath's mom, is there, and she's called her, and Kath really, really wants her to stay so bad. She wants so bad to be like, Mommy, just stay and be there for me for once. And her mom is just like, this isn't how, that's not how her mother wanted to have a relationship with her daughters, which I have so much I could say on that. But I love that scene, that heartbreak. It was so heartbreaking. And then when she goes and sees Ren and they just cry and hold each other, and then the dad gets there and he's so happy that Ren's okay, but so mad in that paternal way where he's really gonna lay it into her when they get home, because what the heck, Ren? I loved Catherine's name. Okay, I thought that was so clever. I was like, Cather is the weirdest name. It just reminds me of catheter or something. And then when she explained it, that her mother didn't know she was having twins and was too lazy to rename the other baby, or to pick a new name for the other baby, so she ended up naming Cather and Ren. I thought that was so clever, and I don't know why I didn't see that before. I guess because Ren was spelled with a W, but I really love that. A+ to you, Rainbow Rowell, for thinking that up. So there isn't much I have to say bad about this, since I gave it about an 80%, which, well, I mean, there's a few things I could say. Alright, so let's start with Ren. Ren was just rude. She was just rude throughout to Kath, who obviously needed her, who needed her father. Ren was rude to her dad, to Kath. She was rude about everyone's feelings. And I really wish that Rainbow Rowell would come out with a companion novel to this from Ren's point of view, so we can figure out what happened the night she was drunk, what happened with Courtney, what gave her this little come to Jesus moment, if you will. So it was hard. I think I just didn't enjoy her as much because I didn't know her. It was hard to get a good grasp of her personality just from reading from Kath's point of view. Fan fiction part throughout the novel, just scattered around Simon Snow from the actual novels and from Kath's fan fiction. I thought it was too much, and I did begin to skim it about probably starting a little less than halfway through. I just began to skim the actual fan fiction because it just didn't capture my attention, and I'm not really sure what connected the novel to it. I'm sure there were snippets of where you could tell where the inspiration came from, but I just thought it was a little bit too much. I mean, this novel wouldn't be half as thick without all those little inserts and her reading her fan fiction to Levi and things. Yeah, I thought the scene in the bar was really weird with Hondro, I think his name was. I thought the twin remarks were really odd. I can't imagine people saying that, because she said that they got that a lot just out on the street too, and I can imagine in a bar people being that disrespectful, but out on the street people being like, hey, you're twins, come back to my place and make out with me and do all that stuff. I thought that was really, really strange, and I don't know if that would happen in the real world, but if you're a twin and that happens to you, I'm so sorry. People need to have their brains rewired. I also thought that the ending, the only thing I would have tweaked is that Ren ends up staying with Hondro, who just apparently has been the one that doesn't want her to drink this whole time. And I felt like that said you really need a man to be happy and to be okay with yourself. I would have liked it better if she dumped Courtney and Hondro and Ren found herself as a person, while Kath already knew who she was, and the fact that she made a connection with someone else was just, it was right for her to help her grow as a character. But I did feel that Ren could have just ended up single and liking herself instead of always leaning on someone else or having someone else there. But that's just me personally. And my one major highlight for this novel was Reagan, Kath's roommate. I thought she was funny. She was the funny in the book that I needed. She was charming in such a grumpy way. She helped Kath so much more than almost any other character. She was so nice about Kath dating Levi. She was so honest and upfront, and she really made the novel for me. Besides Kath and her dad's relationship, she was really top notch. So overall, I really enjoyed Fangirl, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. What did you think of it? Did you like Ren and her boyfriend? Did you like all the other characters? Was there a different ending you wanted? And did you read the fan fiction? To read, I just finished this book, Cinder, by Marissa Meyer. So you will have a booktube review chat about this in the next coming days. So have a good Friday, everyone. Stay safe this weekend, and thanks for watching my video.